This is Book-Ass Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing another Throwback Thursday review. So today I'll be reviewing the Star Wars X-Wing pilot Luke and battle-damaged X-Wing from the 1978 Star Wars Kenner toy line. So, before we take a look at the X-Wing, let's take a look at Luke. Now, normally I don't review vehicles because they're so huge and don't really fit on my review station right here, and I don't really have one big enough for vehicles, but these were a lot smaller for the older movies, so let's go ahead and just move that out of the way and take a look at Luke. So for the head sculpt, the head sculpt isn't great, but you've kind of got to look at what time it was. It was 1978, so the face sculpts aren't going to look like they did, or like they do now. It actually kind of looks like Wedge, honestly. Looks like Wedge Antilles to me. I mean, I know he doesn't have the mustache, but it looks like Wedge to me. And it's painted, the helmet's painted nicely. And over time, the paint has came off of this, the red. It's scratched off, and the helmet looks a little dingy. But that actually looks pretty cool. It makes it look like it has a little bit of wear to it, which looks pretty cool. And you can see he has some paint missing back here on his vest. But he has some nice sculpting right here. And on his vest. I forget what this is called. I need to rewatch some of the Star Wars movies. It's been quite a while since I've watched it. I definitely need to rewatch it and stuff. But yeah. The oranges don't match up perfectly either because the orange is painted on right here and here. And it's just cast in this color. As you can see right here. But that's about it for this figure. Like I said, not a lot going on this figure. I can't remember if he had a blaster or not. He might have had a blaster. But I'm mainly reviewing this X-Wing, so you know, it won't hurt if he did have a blaster. So now let's go over the articulation. He's got a swivel head that can move side to side. He's got swivel shoulders that can move up and down that far. He can kick forward that far, and he can kick back all the way. And that's about all for his articulation. So now let's go ahead and put him in the X-Wing here. Now it is a pretty snug fit, so that's actually pretty good because most of the starfighters now, like the new X-Wing from like 2011 or 2006, can't remember which. I think they're both the same, just reissued. But he has so much room and just wobbles around in there. It's really irritating. So there, now we have Luke down in the cockpit. And the electronics do not work in this anymore just because it is older. I just thought it would be a really fun review to do, especially since it was Thursday. I actually forgot that it was Thursday at first. Once I realized that, I had to review this. Now this is the battle damage one. So now let's take a look at the X-Wing. So there is the X-Wing. And it actually has some really nice detail right here on the decals. These aren't painted on, these are decals. But they look really nice. And I'm surprised how they're not peeling. But yeah, that looks really nice. It's got some nice damage to it right there. And then there's the red stripe on the side. I thought there was some damage right there, but nope, it's on this side. And we get some more damaging right here on the right side, which looks really cool. It looks like it's been through a really bad battle. And right here you get the cannons. They're cast in black, which isn't really accurate, but still looks pretty cool to me. You get some damage on the S foils right there, showing some wires inside the wings. Also looks pretty cool. And it's got a lot of sculpting to it for its time. It's got a little bit of texturing right there. And there's R2-D2. Now his dome is just painted blue. And, well, it's actually painted silver. It's actually cast in blue. Like, if you look, let me turn it upside down here. Right there, you can see that's blue, and that's where the paint was put on. And if you press him, hold on here. Now if you press him, the S-foils go into attack position. And that looks pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool function too, because on the new one, it has a lever on the back right here, by the turbines, where you pull down and then lock it. And it's difficult, because if you bump it, then they'll just go back down, which is pretty infuriating. And like I said, it has a lot of nice sculpting detail to it. even though it's just cast in this color, and there's really no paint detail. Well, there's a little bit right there. It's kind of that cream color and then grayish white. So that looks pretty cool. And then to put them back down, you just press this button right here. And hold on here. Trying to. There. You hear that snap, and it'll do that. And it also has retractable landing gear right here. So I'll show that. There it is. So that's about all for this. I mean, you know, it's a really cool set. Luke didn't come with the X-Wing. I mean, well, I bought it did, but originally it didn't. Originally you had to buy them separately. And another reason why I do like this TIE fighter, or not TIE fighter, X-Wing fighter, what am I saying? Why I like this X-Wing fighter is, it is smaller, but I do like that because it doesn't take up as much space. What I was getting ready to say when I said TIE fighter was, I also have the TIE fighter, and it's a bit smaller than the newer versions too, which I like just because it takes up a lot less space. Like, I have the new AT-AT from Star Wars The Vintage Collection, and that thing is huge, and I just don't have room for it. And the old one I have, the vintage one, like the actual vintage one from the 80s, it's a lot smaller and takes up a lot less room. It's more space-friendly, I guess, which is another reason that I like it. So yeah, this is a really cool vehicle, and Luke is pretty cool. It doesn't look like him, but it's really cool. Like I said, you've got to kind of look at the time period that it's from. They did the best that they could back then, not like the sculpting that we have now. But I still really like this, and I'm actually using this instead of the big one I have. I like this one a lot better, which is pretty odd. Like I said with the Jabba the Hutt playset, I like it a lot better than the new one. I just think this one is made a lot better too. Like I said, if you bump the new one, then the wings just go down. And if you pop these wings up, let me just... There. You can hear them kind of lock in place. And you can actually set it down, and the wings won't do anything. So that's really good. That's another reason I like it. You can just... Let me see. That's the difficult part, is getting it down. Is you have to kind of... I'm always afraid I'll break it, because you have to snap it back pretty good there. Now it's not wanting to go. Okay, let me try that again. There. Actually, I shouldn't have been holding it sideways. I should have been holding it like that. But yeah, that's my only complaint about this. It is a little hard to get down. There's S-foils, and I'm always afraid I'll break it. But I mostly just keep it like this. So if you can grab this, I would recommend it. So that makes this Throwback Thursday review. So if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.